traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain, to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely the son of mine will be found in the mountains where I'm born and raised. I paid my duty as a sunny side cutie. Oh Lord, hear the sorrow in my heart. So I rode my body up the mountain, to a place where I can sit my rocking chair. I rode my body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. To a place where I can sit in my rocking chair. I rode my buddy up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear.
You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and by clicking the join button, you can support me for as little as $5 per month. Link is in the description and in the chat.
stop me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stops hitting down. Yeah. On a bad day, on a good day, I don't need no sunshine, 'cause I'm dancing with the rain. You will see me running, thinking I might be insane. I don't need no sunshine, you keep me going strong. I just need my happy face to keep me moving on. Looking out the window, reflecting who I am. No one ever stopped me, not even Uncle Sam. Life might be a struggle, life might be a fight, but I am here to show the world that I can make it right. On a bad day, on a good day, on a bad day, rain keeps raining.
Well, good evening, everyone. We're streaming on Rumble and YouTube tonight. It is May the 21st, 2025, and it is hot, hot, hot here in Central Florida. Well, it went up to about 97 degrees today. Yesterday, we was at lows at around 5:30 in the afternoon. I went to pick up some more mulch, and it was 101 degrees. So it's not even summertime yet. So how y'all doing tonight? How you doing, Gerald and Reggie and Jeff? I see that those are the only ones that are saying anything in the chat there. Gerald's on Rumble and on YouTube also. So if you got Rumble, head on over there too. So, because we're streaming on Rumble and YouTube. We stream on Rumble Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and just Wednesday on YouTube. So working on a new kit. Let me see if I could get here is the thumbnail right there. Campbell's Scale Models Stockyard. And let me see if I can find some pictures that I did on it. I took some pictures. Let me see, where did I put them? Okay. Not there. Where did I put them? Oh well, I can't find them. I know they're around here someplace. Okay, here they go. All right, so there they go. All right, sorry about that. I'm getting old. Uh-oh, Reggie just knocked over his Diet Coke. Holy moly. Boom. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is what I got done so far. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, but we'll get through this chat here. Right here. Hello, Bob. How you doing? Good to see you in there. I'm doing good. How about yourself? And then Reggie just knocked over my Diet Coke. I'm drinking Gatorade right now because I've been having cramps late at night. And I just went to the doctor yesterday and he says, well, drink some Gatorade Zero. So that's what I'm drinking. My favorite, Gatorade Zero Lemon Lime. So I drank about a half a bottle of it last night before I went to bed, and around 6 o'clock I still had cramps in my leg. So try something different. I'll drink some more of it. I'll drink the whole dang thing and see if that helps out any better. So okay. All right. I'm just trying to check this over on Brave browser to see how this thing is going here. All right. So we'll be going over there to right here to the Workbench. That's what it looks like right now. But before we do that, we got to do train shows. We got to do thank you for the support and all that good stuff, and some other things. And I'm just seeing on the Brave browser, it looks like crap. The last time I did it, yeah, Comcast moments. Yeah, I had to complain to Comcast earlier today. And it seemed to get better, but it must be screwing up again. So let me check to see what my speed is right here. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit lower than what it was before. But we'll see what the upload speed was. Because when I checked earlier, it was about 15. And then after they fixed it, it got better, but still, it's only about 26 now. It's supposed to be 35. So we'll just have to deal with it. I'm always having issues with Comcast. Did I say Comcast sucks? They suck terrible. I mean, I end up complaining to them every dang week. Let's see if it got any better here. It's still going slow, it looks like. And it was going good before. I checked with my cell phone and it worked fine. But holy moly. Yeah, it's way behind. All right, so anyway, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. You know why? Okay, here we go. All right, thanks for that, Reggie. Really appreciate it. Occasional buffer and jumping. Well, that's what you get when you got Comcast. Everything just turns to shit all the time. I've had trouble with them ever since, and I can't even get Starlink because it's not available here. It's available 2 blocks away from here, but it says, what did it say? Out of stock for here. From here all the way to Naples, Fort Myers, all the way to the East Coast, everywhere. So don't know what's going on with that, but I'd like to get it. At one time I had the my deposit in for it, and they kept on putting it off, so I decided to cancel it. So I may have to do it again. It was available, but then it's out of stock now. I guess it fluctuates. Who knows? I'll have to keep checking to see what's going on with it. So, and I'm looking at the Brave, and it's way, way behind. My goodness. Okay. Just going to shut that off on Brave, because it's not even worth checking it over there. Okay, so bear with me here. I hate when shit like this happens. Okay, but I want to thank everybody that supports this channel. I think in the past month I got about 8 new members on locals. No, the members aren't the paying people like on YouTube. Supporters are paying people. But I got 8 new members over there, and a bunch of new subscribers over here, new followers on Rumble. So thank you very much for supporting this channel, and we'll do it the proper way, like this. You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and you can support me for as little as $2 a month now. Just $2 a month. Link is in the description and in the chat.
Thank you for your contributions during the live stream. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the moderators who have helped me out in the past years. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I could not be doing this without your support. Now, I got my cell phone on now, and it looks much better. The last time I streamed and I did Brave, it looked good. Today, it looks crappy, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's Brave that's giving me fits over here, because on my cell phone, it's looking good. And Reggie says, looks better now. And Bob says, hanging in there. All right, thank you for that. All right. Keeps stopping, and I have to restart now. So what, are you using Chrome, or are you on your cell phone, or on Brave browser, or what are you using? Inquiring minds want to know, because it's looking good on my cell phone right now. So I don't know. I just checked the what was the last speed check on it. I mean, it was 26 megabytes and 710. So that's 26 up. Is that up? Yeah. And 700 down. So that's still good, but Okay. Okay now on Brave. All right. Must be the internet then. Because, well, my thing is okay. And now the speed went down. Oop, it's down to 10 now. Oh my goodness. Comcast is really screwing up here today. It's at 12. It's struggling. I got to see if the squirrels are out there doing anything. They always give me trouble. Okay. So, all right. So, we're going to do some train shows here in a minute. I hope things settle down here. But if not, we'll just have to deal with it. So here we go. Let's do some train shows. They're getting slim. All right, here we go. I got trainshows.net up here. And they usually have a few. We'll do United States here. And Scalr West. So this looks like a new one. I don't think, I might have been ignoring this one here because I usually don't do the California ones or anything like that. So there's a couple in California. There's another 3 in California, Johnson City, Tennessee, Wheaton, Illinois, Lambertville, New Jersey, Sioux City, Iowa, Sacramento, Ohio, Bentonville, Arkansas. There you go. June 21. So all the good ones in May happened already, I guess. Yeah, because this past weekend there was a train show, I think in Regal Railway had one. So the next one in June 21st is Regal Railway in Pinellas Park right there. So in Lopez Hall. And then Bentonville, Arkansas, NWA train show. Train Freaka. Probably love that one there. But they don't have too many here. Blues Express, there you go. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Holiday Inn. All right. And that's in June 26th. Big Bend Model Railroad Association 34th Annual Show and Sale. That's Senior Chief Andy Zimmerman's June 28th and 29th in Tallahassee. We'll probably be going to that one. We go there for the past 2 years. Tom, you need Google Fiber. I got 820 megabytes up now. We don't have fiber in this area. Squirrels on the tablets. There you go. All right. Yeah, I wish I had fiber, but we don't have it. So, squirrels on the tablets. They eat the lines. I think the only company that has fiber, and they're in this county, but they're south of here, and they're north of here, but they're not in Sebring, and that's Frontier Communications, and they're the only ones in Florida that have fiber optics, but not in Sebring. So that sucks. Okay, let's jump on over to the next one, and trainshows.com. I use trainshows.net, trainshows.com, Golden Spike Enterprises, all the good stuff, Train Collectors Association, just to get all the train shows in here. So if you want to know. But this is all Wheaton, Illinois over here, Oaks, PA, Monroeville, Edison. Those are all the way in July and August. There's hardly anything else left in May. So, but here's all the ones. I'm not going to go through all of these because they're too far away. There's July, October, June 1 over there. Okay, so too far away. And Golden Spike Enterprises. This is the one we always go to. Next one is in D-Land is July the 12th. We'll probably be going to that one. We always like to go to that one. Then there's Atlanta, Georgia in August 23. We've been to Atlanta a couple times. That's a nice 8-hour drive up there. But we might be going up to Maryland in August or something like that. I'm not sure exactly when we'll be going up there, but that would be nice to hit the train show and then head on up to Maryland. But we'll see. And then October 4th is D-Land also. So they're too far away. And here's Southern Division of the Train Collectors Association. So let's take a look at their meets. They have a big whoop-de-doo in Jacksonville. That's the convention. We'll show that in a little bit. Uh-oh. I don't care. It's not private. Jeez. Why are you doing this to me, Google? All right. So May 17th. It's already past that one. So June 7th. Melbourne. So Melbourne Train Show. That's a good one to go to. That's less than 2 hours from here. And we always go there. They have shows about 4 times a year. So it's always a good show. And then TRF Trains is only about 2 miles from there. So that's a nice one to go to. So they just have Regal and Melbourne on here. Then here's the Lake Nona Middle School, Orlando, Florida. That's in November. That's a TCA sponsored event. We went to the one in Port St. Lucie not too long ago. So here's the convention. Oh, geez, quit doing this to me. And Jacksonville, 21 through 28th. If you're a Train Collectors Association, you get to go there. They have all kind of seminars and stuff all through the east coast of Florida, mostly northern Florida, and in Georgia. A lot of stuff to see. And then I think they got a train show for everybody on Saturday. So that's that right there. So we'll get off of that one right there. And then here's the Railfan timeline from Railfan and Railroads Magazine, Railroad Model Craftsman, and all the other stuff from this White River Productions. June 28th and 29th, North Florida Fairgrounds. Nice place. $10 per person. 2 buildings, a lot of T-track. A lot of T-track in every gauge possible. So that's a good one to go there. And then the last one here is the villages that I have anyway. And this one looks like the one for the kids, the 14, 15, and 16 in July. But let me see, what's the other one? Here's go. That's okay. So where's the vendor ones? Okay. Vendor. Okay. Winter Expo, February 1 and 2. Summer Expo, September 3rd, 20th, and 21. So September 20th and 21 is when they have the train show with the vendors and the train layouts. So it's always a good one. We like to go up there. Yeah, always a good stuff there. So that's all the train shows that I got. So if you have any, post it in the chat, because there are not too many left. Not too many left. Okay. So there's a view of the workbench. You can see what's going on at the workbench. But before we get to the workbench, I got to do one more thing right here. And, well, I got to do a promo for Rumble here. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button. Follow me on Tom Kvichak or Tom's Trains. Hit the bell notification. And better yet, sign up for Rumble Premium. What are you waiting for? You know why you want to sign up for Rumble Premium? Because you have ad-free viewing. Break free from ad breaks. Watch your favorite videos on live stream without advertisement. That means you don't have to sit there and click through 2 advertisements before each live stream or video. Then you get premium content. Gain access to exclusive premium content from creators like Steven Crowder, Dr. Disrespect, Tim Pool. They all have it. Even I have it. I'm a premium creator, and I even have the premium content. But if you're familiar with Mug Club, you get that free. If you're familiar with Timcast IRL's Uncensored, you get that free. And he now has the Green Room. You get all that advantages, and you also get a verified badge and other benefits. It's only $9.99 per month, US dollars, $99 per year. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for Rumble Premium now. There you go. What are you waiting for? And I seen that it's getting blurred, so I gotta set this thing up. I thought I had this thing set up for so it wouldn't blur out on me here. So hold on a second. There we go. It won't blur out on me now. Okay. There we go. I could do this and it won't try to focus on you. Okay. So it's really nice outside there. I got that window right here, and the sun's going down, but it's still too hot. This is a good time in the evening to work in the train room. So this is what we got to do in the train room. I was started on the new kit yesterday, so I'll show you what we did, and then we'll head on over there and do some more tonight. So here you go. On the Monday night live stream, I said I was going to work on this stockyard right here. It's a Campbell's scale model, and this is a lot bigger than the one that I have. I showed it on the live stream. I'll show it to you a little bit later, but I'm going over the directions right here. Very extensive. We're going to have a lot of cutting to do, and let me take you down to the other camera and show you what we got here. So 2 oversized sheets. This was all the templates on there, and here's all the pieces of wood right here that we have to trim and work on. And that's the one side, and here's a template of the whole area right here. So it's pretty large, and from what the instructions said, there's 2 different things. There's an alternate design right here. I'm going to have to see what the alternate design is. Instead of a chute, there's a ramp. So I think we'll put the ramp in there instead of the chute. We'll just do this design right here. And this is another alternate design right here on this side, so we won't worry about that. We'll just do this main one right here, which is, okay, you'll see the whole thing right there. So I got to read these directions several times just to get familiar with it, because there's a lot of things that we have to cut, and I'll show you from the bag A. We have to trim pieces up here. You see that black you have to cut out, and this is another sheet you have to cut into 2 pieces like that, and from those sheets right there you make the side walls, the right wall and the left wall. So it's going to be fun, and we'll get started on it right now. In the box, there's a free trial issue for Trains magazine. Visit the best train watching hotspots. Relive the golden era of steam. Discover brilliant railroad photography. So 12 issues for $19.95. Basic rate $28.95 for 1 year. Cover price $2.95 outside of the USA. So Waukesha, Wisconsin. Well, I'm going to be using this as a divider in here. I have to cut it to trim it, and I'm going to put all of the A on one side and all the B on one side, on the other side, because we got pieces of A and pieces of B. And I guess we got pieces of C, but that's in the C is the plastic parts in the B bag. So that's how we're going to divide everything up here. I'm going to do the A and the B in the lid. I spread out the contents of bag A right here. So before I place it in the box, here's the bag B. Hardly has anything in it, just a bunch of some dowels and some small square pieces and plastic. A is the majority of the wood, but on the first step right here, you have A1, A2, A3, A5, B9, and B15. So A1 is this piece right here. It has the cutouts dimpled in there. A2 is this one here. A3 is this piece here that we have to cut these two pieces. It shows it this way, but this piece is actually going this way here. So A5, 2 pieces, is this right here. B9, 1 piece, 1/16 by 1/8. Okay, this is 1/16 by 1/8. Right here I got 2 of them out. And B15, 1/32 by 3/32. So I'm going to have to go in my stack of wood right here and find out my 1/32 by 3/32, and I'll have all my pieces here for the first step. Well, it was pretty hard to find a 1/32 by 3/32. I found one of them, but I got to find the other one now, because that's this width here, and there's a lot that are close. Let's see if this one's the same. Some of them are a lot thinner. Okay, there you go. There's the 2 that I need. And this one is 1/32 by 1/8. And this is 1/32 by this is by 3/32 also. So we got a lot of them in there. Okay, so that's good. So here's what the remainder of the bag A looks like right here. So now we can actually get to work on step 1. Woo! Yeah. Well, the first thing to do is cut this long piece in half, and I'm going to have to edge glue it like this, and then edge glue these 2 pieces together like this to make the back wall. And then we'll have to cut out 2 of the side walls with the gabled roof on this piece right here. So we'll have to wait once this glue dries for here. Alright, so edge glue these 2 smaller pieces together to make the back wall. Alright, here we go. Like that. I'll use my square on that so we could, oops, I still got some scenery material here. So we get that straight like that. Get the excess glue out of there. And make sure we don't get any glue stuck it to there. And we'll have to do the same thing with this. Edge glue this one here. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to draw the outline of the 2 pieces on this, on the scribed side. I'll probably have to put it on a piece of paper or draw it. See if I got any thin paper. Okay. And you know, we'll just have to sit and wait for this stuff to dry before we try cutting it. And I'll paint all this stuff later on. I'll hit it with coat of khaki. Alright, so those are the two pieces that we're working with. And this we have to cut. And I put my other piece of paper up here. And this is what we're going to have to cut them at right there. So I'm going to have to trace that onto a thin piece of paper and then see if I can cut it, mark it on the deal. Wish me luck. Where is the carbon paper when you need it? I had to draw that out. So what I got some sheet protectors from Debbie. I got a sheet protector and I just traced over it, and here we go. Oh, I get one line didn't show up on there, so I'm gonna have to go over it again. All right, but that's how I did it. I put the weight on here over here, so it wouldn't move. And I did it. This is my Gunda marker, available at Hobby Lobby. And what I'll do is I'll put this on top of the piece of wood and I'll just cut through the thing. Okay, let's see if that worked there. Yeah, there we go. So there's the design right there. There's what I need. I could probably go over this line a little bit darker here. Yeah, I used to have carbon paper at the yin yang back before they had the, what was it, the NCP, no carbon paper, you know, where you just had the two pieces of paper together and it was impregnated with carbon. I can't remember what that was called. But you had like two sheets and you right on the second sheet and you have a copy, so you just rip it out. That's how I did all my tickets. So this is how I'll put it on here. I'll wait for it to dry a little bit more. And it's got the lines, or the peaks of the roof where the two pieces were together. So this is going to be fun to do, but I'll wait for it to dry a little bit more. Well, they have scribe marks on these two pieces for the windows and doors. There's a window and a door on this one, and just a window on this one here. So what I'm taking is this flat blade and going down, boom, 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 and then boom, 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 boom on it, and then going on the back, and then hitting it with the rest of the X-Acto number 11, because this is the exact thickness of the, it was the exact thickness of the window, but it looks like the door is a little bit thicker. It was a little bit longer than this one, so we'll just do, and I just sliced it right where the thing is, so we'll have to be careful with that. And they did say to tape it in the back, which I didn't do. Okay. You get the idea. This wood splits real easy along the grain, so you can see where this window is, it tried to split there. Tried. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna have to glue that back together. But when I was doing a door, I mean, the whole thing came out, and I had to glue that back in there. So I'm just gonna hit that with a little bit of glue right here on the back side of it. Let's see if we can separate it just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And stick it back together. There we go. This is the toughest basswood that I've worked with so far. Alright, so these are all ready. I'll just have to cut these out. But I'm just going to wait for this glue to dry a little bit more. I'll give it about another half hour or so. I cut out the sheet protector just a little bit bigger than the what the piece is that I need, and only one layer, so I wouldn't have to cut through both layers. I'm putting double-sided tape on all four corners of this so I could place this sheet protector, one layer of the sheet protector up on top, so it will not move when I start cutting. So we'll see how that works out. We got a brand new X-Acto blade in here to see, make sure that it will cut good. And I'll scribe the lines on here with the straight edge. Not going to go all the way down in. I'm just going to do it so I can mark them. Like so. It looks like so far so good. Okay, there's the top one. Let's see how this one. Yep. Okay. So we'll do the bottom one now. And then at least we'll have the scribe lines on there. And then we could work to cut them out. I have to do it up here because I don't have enough meat on the other side for the roller to rest on. Okay, there we go. We got it. Looks like we got all the scribe lines on there. Let's lift this thing up and see what it looks like. Yep. There's all the scribe lines on there, like that. Okay. So we'll just have to work with it from there. I don't know how well you can see that, but there you go. We still got some of the tape on some of the corners. We'll get that off. Well, we get the first one cut out with a little bit of split over here on the vertical scribe lines, you know, because this is scribed sheets. So that's all right. We'll glue that back together, and then we'll work on this lower one. You want to flip it over on these side ones, because when you're doing it like this, you're not, when your blades go all the way down here, you're not hitting the very end. So you flip it over just to get that last piece on there. Okay, let's see. Didn't get this one over here, huh? Gotta go all the way across with this one here. Let's do it on this side first. And you can hear that cutting through the bottom layer. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, there's the other piece right there. So just that broke. This is waste anyway, but we're going to save that just in case we need it for something else. So, well, I found the plastic windows and doors, and I put them in there just to make sure they fit. If I didn't have to sand anything down inside, but they fit. So they'll have to be primered a little bit later, but I have to trim off the tops of both of these. So I'm going to just take it from the from right here and then trim it. I'm just going to mark the top where the trim line ends. And then do it with a straight edge. Okay, about right there. Okay, and this one here, come over like this. And I'll just take a straight edge and go between those two marks on there. But I got to get this paper out of the way when I do it. This paper is huge. Well, the pieces of wood like A1 and A2, they're a little bit larger than what the drawing is here. So what I did was I had to drop it down because it's like one, okay, this is like siding on there, and it's one siding longer, but but the window and door line up to the bottom, not the top. So there's so what I did was I dropped it down a little bit, and see, and if you go by this right here and that right there, the window is not in the same place. So we just do the best we can and try getting them both alike. I'm just taking it like this, opposite, and seeing how close they are. And it's not even close. I might have to trim this one here just a little bit more. But see, this is exactly how this one is on there. As far as the top goes, and you can see how much difference in there in the window. One panel difference. So we'll just deal with that. But the reason I'm going to keep it like it is because this is the back wall, and this is the same height right here as what these are, not what this is right here, because you see even the back wall looks higher than the drawing. So just something for you to know if you ever have one of these. If you ever find one in a trade show or something. Since they don't match the paper, I'm putting them back to back, and I have it set up on the 1, 2, 3 block, and I'm trimming them so they're both exactly the same. There we go. Alright, so that should do it. So these two pieces get glued together like that, and then you get two verticals on each one of them to represent the door, say like here and there. Once I get these glued together, then I'll work with the doors, the verticals. I'm using glass so it flattens everything out, but then I have to add some more of these pieces here around all of these doors. So I'll let that glue dry on these pieces, and then I have to add pieces to that, then across the top, and then over here also. There's a picture of it here someplace. I'm putting all the vertical pieces over top of the first pieces that I put in there, like so, to give it a little bit of depth, and then I'll put the cross pieces in. I'll cut them and put them in later. Now these are just a hair thinner than these right here. So it's going on the outside of it, flush on the outside. So you can see a little bit of edge right here. Not very much though. This one's a little bit harder to do because you just have to do it with my thumb to line it up, and my finger to line it up. Oops. Okay, one more. And this one we don't have to worry about, it just goes right up to the edge. Sure it's flush with the bottom. Alright, now all we have to do is cut the cross pieces. 2 short ones for the small door and 2 large ones for the large doors. Well, it's time to glue the corner posts in place, and we trim them off once everything is dry. So, and we just put them on all the pieces that we just finished. We're gonna make sure it's flush on the bottom. Okay, that's that one. And there's no real good way to do it because the wall is not flat, because this side sits out further than the other side. What we'll do is just make sure this is flush here. right there, and this is flush with the bottom right here. Okay. Get off the excess glue off. And we'll do the other one. All 4 corner posts are in place. We just have to wait for it to dry, and then we'll go on to the next step. All of that, including reading the directions, sorting everything out, doing an inventory of the bag A, and looking for the paper or the sheet protector that Debbie had, took about 3 hours and 20 minutes total. So we condensed this down into about 30 some minutes, 34 minutes. So it's challenging putting everything together, and I was about a 64th of an inch short on one of the pieces because it's one of the pieces 64th of an inch short on 64th of an inch short on one of the pieces because it's I learned a new trick off, you know, it's one of the pieces because it's slid off, you know, the top part is vertical slats on it, and I guess the very last slat broke off on on one side, so one side just a little bit shorter than the other, but you're not going to be able to tell when you put it all together. So we can deal with that. Well, there you have it. No, not the backspace. There's a little, you know, timer on my screen that, you know, counts it down, and I hit the wheel on my mouse, and it'll jump it back, you know, like a half a second. So I was playing with it there. So I got a little bit more to go. That wasn't all of it. So we got almost another 10 minutes of what I did today. I did a little bit more. So that's how you, again, that's how you felt the last couple of days. Yeah. And, okay, here we go. Wednesday afternoon. I'm getting things ready for the live stream tonight. And let me show you what's on the workbench right here. Okay. Tonight we're going to be gluing stuff together. But before we do that, we have to trim these corner posts off. And what I've been doing, I've been marking it with a razor saw for the roof line. So I did 3 of them so far, so let me do this one right here. We'll just mark them, and then we'll just cut it, hopefully with the flat number 18 blade. We'll see how that goes, and if that doesn't work, we'll just have to go all the way through with the razor saw. It's kind of hard. This stuff is really delicate here, so you don't want to press. It's hard to find a good spot to hold it because it really is delicate. So I'm going to try this number 18 blade here to cut all the way through with it. See how that does. That's the top, most thickest part right there. You got that. Okay. Oh, there you go. All right, so we'll just sand that down. Okay, so I'll do some more of those, but here's the back and front. I'm not sure which one's the back and which one. I think this one's the front here, and this is the back right here. That goes here on the back. And then this is the wall that goes in the center inside, like here. We're going to have to put some bracing here on the inside. This is the floor. We're going to have to glue, edge glue these two together. Okay, and then notch out the pieces for the corner and then glue that to the bottom. And then after that, set all that off to the side and then start working on the cattle shed, which has got a lot of pieces on it that we're going to have to look at right here. So let me cut this other one with this number 18 blade. Well, we'll just get all of them out of the way right here, and we'll have this ready for the workbench when we do the live stream. A lot is involved in this one right here. A lot of small pieces, a lot of stick built, and a lot of gluing in between steps. So this is why I have to record a few things here and there, because you got to wait for the glue to dry. And this ruler that I got from Bar Mills from Lenny, this works out great because a lot of these measurements are in 1/8 of an inch and 1/16 of an inch. So one side is 1/8 inch, one side is 1/16 of an inch. And there's some 32nds, and they also have 64ths. There's some stuff on the edge here. I'm not quite sure why they put some tick marks on the edge, but this is a really good one. Eye gauging, made in China is the name of it. But it's better than any other ones that I have, because it's got the different, you know, because give you an example. The wall assembly, 1/16 by 1 1/4 by 2 1/8 inch. So, you know, you use the 1/8 inch scale on that. And then the other one is 4 pieces. Okay, the corner post. Let me do another one. A7, 2 pieces, 3/64 by 1 3/32. So you turn it over to the 32nd scale, which is this one here, by 4 1/4. So what did I say? 1 3/32. So it's easy to measure with this 1 and then 3/32 on that side. So that one's there, and then 4 1/4. So just bring it over here on any one of them, the 4, and you can see the 1/8 inch scale. Boom, boom, 4 1/4 right there. So that's the ones we got to glue together. So this scale right here makes it a hell of a lot easier to measure it than, you know, with this one right here, with that, because it has 32nds over here for the first one and 1/16 of an inch over there, and it's got the metric on the other side. This one is good for when you have to cut things on an angle, especially when I was cutting this here, because it has the cork on the back and it doesn't move, and that's what you want. You want the grip, because if you don't have the cork on the back, like on this one here, and you're cutting, especially if you're cutting against a grain like the ones I had to cut over here, and the ones I had to cut here. With the cork, it holds it in place a lot better. So that's my instruction, my how-tos with the rulers. Hope you learned something from that. So we're ready for the workbench tonight. I'll have to see what the other the inside wall, have to cut B9, and B9 is the thicker one. That's this one here. We'll have to cut 2 pieces of this and put them on the inside of the wall, approximately in this area. We'll have to take a look at that. But this is for the inside wall right here. So we're ready for the live stream now. So, well, I'm also getting the next step ready, is the cattle shed. And let me show you what we got here. All right, that's all this stuff right here. Left cattle shed side wall, cattle shed front wall, right cattle shed wall, and then this thing right here, and then this thing right here. So this is all this stuff. And I forgot, I did away with bag A and bag B. This is all the cattle shed stuff right over here. These are the 16th by 16th, and these are the 16th by 32nds. And this is A8, 4 pieces, A9, 2 pieces, A10, 6 pieces or 4 pieces, A11, 2 pieces, A12, 2 pieces, and A13, 1 piece. That's these 3 here. A14, 1 piece that I have to slice in half. And then B16 are these dowels. B6, 10 pieces of that, 1/8 inch by 1 1/16. B10, 2 pieces to the 1/16, and B12, 3 pieces, 1/32 by 1/16. So that's everything that's ready for the cattle shed. So, all right. So we're all set. To figure out to do these things right here too. Boom, boom. So we're moving right along. Woohoo! Well, it's about time to go over to the workbench now and start gluing some stuff. That's about all we can get to do tonight, is glue, glue, and glue, and then wait, and wait. So here's what's at the workbench right now. We're going to head on over there, and I'll see you over there in about 20 seconds. Okay, let me shut this microphone off so we don't have echo when we get over there. Yeah, that is what makes Campbell's great. I wish I had some more. I'm going to have to go to Sarasota, and I know they had some over there at the train shop over there. That's 2 hours away. That's the only one that I've seen that had the kits on there. So heading on over there now. We'll see you there in about 20 seconds. All right, here we go. Okay, so I think I got the chat up here. Yeah, I got the chat, so I don't have to. All right, I'm calling it a night before I fall asleep. Okay, good night, Ken. See ya. Take care and enjoy the loopy. I remember how that feels. All right, so let's take a look at what's on here right now. Okay, so what I was saying about what's so good about this roller right here compared to these rollers here like this is on this one here you have 1/32 and 1/16, and it's hard to say, like if you have eighths or 64ths, you can't see it on there because there's nothing on there. But so this has all 4 deals on it, so I'm glad I got that from Lenny. Okay, so we got to glue this thing together here, and then we got to glue the front and the back on there, and this is the wall that goes inside. But I'm going to take a look at the drawing and see if we could put the brace on the wall beforehand. Because, well, it really don't show it inside here. Not on that drawing there. It just shows it right here on the top view of it. And I got another sheet like this hanging up in front of me, but that's mostly all the gates and stuff and fences, so that doesn't show anything on there. So we're just going to have to guess where it is. I would like to glue them pieces in there before I assemble this. So let's try to figure out where this thing's going to go inside here. So on this side here, or does it go on this side here past the door? Let me see if I can figure it out on this thing here. So is this thing the scale? So it's inside the door, right? And it's right here. Okay. So let me see how far in there. It's right on the edge of the door. The wall is right at the door. Alright, so we'll glue them in there, and I got to leave some space at the bottom because this goes in there. So let me see, we'll just cut it like this. Mark it like this right here. Give us some room. I hope this is the right one. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the thicker one. And we'll do 2 of them. Hey, Russ's. Rockin' O and HO trains and stuff. How you doing? This is a new kit here, and it looks like we're a long way through it, but we're not, because hold on a second, I gotta get my goggles on. This is all the fencing stuff right there. That's a lot of shit. Alright, so let me see where I say inside the door, so it's gonna have to go about right here. like that inside the door on that side. This is the inside. Put it inside the door right here on this side here. Alright, so that's about, let's see how thick this wall is. Now we could probably put this anywhere we want. We're going to have to, wait a minute, is that the wall? Yep. So we're going to have to move that back further. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of that. It's over here. I'm looking at it backwards. So it's going to go right here. Okay. So we got room right there. Okay. Because it's going to stick up a little bit. All right. So right there. So that far away. Okay. We'll figure it out. Let me do it like this. And I just moved it. Okay. Like that. Ailey's tacky glue. Alright, good to hear you're hanging in there. It's hot as hell here in Florida. Okay, there's one. Okay, let me put this on here like this. Make it easier to handle. Yeah, we like to go out early in the morning before breakfast and do some work in the garden in the front because it's a little bit shady in the front. I get about an hour, maybe an hour and a half worth of work done. And then we eat breakfast, and then it's too damn hot after that. And late in the afternoon, I mean, in the past couple of days, it's been really hot. Like about yesterday at 5:30, it was 101 degrees. And today, I didn't check what it was late in the evening, but it was still pretty hot when I went out and checked the mail. But it was like 96 today. Wasn't as bad as yesterday. Alright, so about right there. I wish they would have had square ones, but I guess that's thick enough for just to glue it on there. Hey, Daniel Shirley, how you doing? Good to see you in here. We're going to be doing a lot of gluing now because we got glue, and wait, and then glue some more and wait. Okay, that's that right there. So we got that done. So the other thing we're going to have to do is edge glue this thing right here. So, and this is the floor. So glue, and more glue. Then wait. And glue some other stuff and wait. And glue some other stuff and wait. It seems like all we got to do is glue and wait. Boom. Okay, here we go. So make sure we don't have too much on the outside. Put that together like that. Put this down here. Make sure we're got them together like that. Just take my thumb and get all the glue, wipe it on my pants. And we're going to paint this. I'm going to do this the same that I did with the water tower. I painted it with khaki, and then I went over it later on with India ink and alcohol solution. Let me just hold that in place like that for a few minutes, and then I'll put a weight on it. It's 82 today. Well, man, you're lucky. I haven't seen 82 in a long time. Yeah, man, I was shocked yesterday. We went to get mulch in the afternoon. We got more mulch. We got 15 bags a few weeks ago, you know, and used about 8 of them so far. And I said, whoa, I got a lot more to do. So we went yesterday evening because we had a doctor appointment in the afternoon. So we went about 5:30, and I was looking at the temperature on the van before we got in there, and it said 101. So that's hot, 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 hot. So too hot to do anything outside, really. And in the afternoon, we got the shade in the back, but there's not much to do in the back. I'm going to have to start planting some stuff out there. We can sit down on the back porch. But then the way that it's facing one side of the back porch, the sun shines through there. Okay, so this one goes here. Okay, so that one goes like that, and that's the center, and then this one goes here. And I think it was Bob that was asking about the fuzzy stuff on it. Even the Campbell stuff is not too fuzzy. The only thing I find with fuzz on it is the sticks, but the rest of the stuff is not too fuzzy. So we're going to put all these 4 sides together here, and then wait. Glue and wait. Alright, so need a little bit more than that. We got a lot to put on there. Okay, so we'll do this. What I like to do is do two corners, you know, 2 of the sides, make an L, and then like do the one piece, like so. And where's my square? Here it is. And put that up against the square there. And do the other piece right here. I gotta make sure we got the grooves going in the right direction here. and this one's real hard to tell. Okay, so this side is up. Alright, got that. Okie dokie, so I'll put some on this one. And I'm not going to try to use a rubber band on these because it'll probably collapse it because this stuff is so delicate. So we'll just hold it in place and put the square on it. And then we'll put the wall on the inside. Okay, this one right here. That one right there. Let's see how this is going to go. We're just going to have to go like this and then like that. Okay, so we'll just put some along here on the inside. Now it says to put the floor on first, but I'm going to raise this up far enough to clear the floor. I'm not going to put it all the way down to the bottom. So I want to get all this done here first. This will give it more stability with the inside wall in there. Okie dokie. And this thing's the same on both sides. One side, no, it's not. Okay, this is the outside part, so right there. Put it in on an angle and then go boom. Like that. And let me see, is this, that's how thick it is. So we'll put one on each side here and make sure it's not all the way down on there. So okay, so see what I did there? I put a spacer on the bottom, so that's going to be the spacer for the floor. There you go. Alright, so wait for this and wait for that. We'll put that off to the side there, and there you go. We'll put this right here like this. Let me see if I can use both of these. There's glue on the bottom. Uh-oh. Alright, there we go. Put this right there and put this like right here so we could put pressure on it. Okay, I gotta look straight down on this thing. Oh man, that's way off. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to gauge because there's pieces that are on the door frame. Okay, so there we go. All right, got that. So the other part on the over here on these things right here, and I got to look at the drawings because we got to make up some fences. So not that side, this side here. So 2 A8, these are A8s like so and so, and this is A9 like so. I think we make 2 of these, left side, and the right side is just the opposite. And let's see if these are the same on both sides. So no, it's just got the, well, you can see it on both sides. On that, well, it's an optical illusion. I guess it's because of the stuff in there. So we'll do that. And where's our A10s and A11? So this would be this A8 cattle shed front wall, A10. So how did I put that in there? I arranged them A8, A9, A10, 4 pieces. So this is 4. So A10, boom, boom. There's 2 of those. And A11, 2 pieces, 1 here. So they only have 1 for the front wall. Let me see. Well, it'd be a good idea to read the directions now. But okay, so that's what we got to do. We got to make left wall and right wall, so we know that. So move this over here. Got to make that. Got to make this, and then we got to put the bracing in there on the big ones. And this is another one, boom, boom. This is just the opposite. This one here and this one here. Okay, just like that. Now, it's a good time to read the directions because we got extra ones there, but it doesn't say anything about another wall. There's no walls in the drawing, so let's see what it has to say here. Okay, so tack or tape wax paper over figure 8, edge glue 1 A9 and A2 A8 sections together over each of the drawings on the taller wall units, edge glue 1 A11 and 2 A10 pieces together over their drawings, edge glue the other A11 and final two A10 pieces together. These units are the shed back and front walls as noted. And so nine and 8, okay, and then 10 and 11. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Okay, So we make 2 of them, but the opposite ways. But you can also always turn them over, and it doesn't matter. So do them, do them, do them. Okay. So these are the ones we got to do. So I'm going to need another. Well, I'll use one straight edge here. Okay, like this. So we'll get these off to the side here. Those will go later. And we'll do these big walls and then the little walls. Alright. So more glue. Clean the old glue off of here. And it said put it on wax paper, but we don't have to do that really. I mean, on stuff where you gotta align a lot of different things together. And all we have to do on this one here is just make sure that the bottom is flush. So we just do it like this. Oops. Okay, stick together. We'll move that up there. And do another one. And we're going to have a lot of stuff glued together and sitting here waiting for it to dry. There's another wall. Now this wall. The short walls. Now these are hard to tell. What side is what on here, because the scribed lines on these ones are not very pronounced like they are on this one here. Okay, do this. And one more. We have some guy that lives down the street and likes to honk his horn as he goes down. I guess he's, I don't know if you could hear that or not, but every time he drives down the street, he just constantly honks his horn. Okay. There's those 4 walls for the cattle shed. Okay, so what's the cattle shed look like anyway? See what it looks like on this drawing here, and it doesn't show it on here. It just shows that. So do you put the supports on that side, back side, or the front side with the okay, let's see what it says. On the ungrooved side of each section, A13. Okay, that's the next one, A13. Okay. Edge glue the outer 11 and final 10 pieces together. These units are the shed back and front walls as noted. Weigh them as dry flat. On the ungrooved sides of end section A13 and the 2A12, add the 4 inside wall supports, figure 9. Cut the B10 strip wood for these supports and glue them to the walls as shown, with both A12 walls matching and drawing in A13 sections in reverse. Okay, so here's the 12, here's the A12, so, and that's these things right here, and A13 is just the backwards. So we got to put supports in there. And which ones do we use as supports? B10, bingo! That's the 16th by 16, 1/16 by 1/16. Okay. So, my goodness, I'm running out of desk space here. Okay. I'll turn that one that way. And we're supposed to weigh these ones down too, but they don't look like they're going anywhere, so. So these got the scribed lines on that one, and this got the scribed line on that one. So, what did it say again? On the ungrooved side of end section A13 and the 2A12, add the 4 inside wall supports. On the ungrooved, so it shows like that. So why didn't they just show it backwards? Which would have been nicer. So this is the 16th. So we got here, here, and that looks like it's not at the end, and this looks like it's not at the end. So how much space is there? I got to see where 12 and 13, look at another drawing to see where 12 and 13 go. Okay, so where's B12 and B13 go? There's B15, B10. Okay, here's the back and front walls here. Okay, so the thickness of the, it shows it right here. 1, 2, okay. 12, 13, 12, and then B10, there's an open one. Okay, so the thickness of those walls. So we'll flip these over, and these ones won't be too bad because these goes right here. So we'll do those first, top to bottom. Gonna make 2 of these. There's actually 3 of them. Okay, where'd my line go? I lost it. Okay. I keep turning it and losing my line. There we go. All right. So I probably have to make some more of those too, because we have to cut this one on a diagonal to represent the same thing as that right there. So I'll make 4 of them just to be on the safe side for that length right there. Okay, so put that up against there. And then halfway down, about center of it, we'll have to put some supports in. So about right there, we'll make let's see if this other one is the same. That one has more supports in it, I think. Yeah. So the other one we're going to have to do differently. And then while we was about right before we went outside to work in the garden, he went by and then while we were out there, same thing. Okay, we'll save that one for later, because we might need it somewhere. And so we're going to need 3 in a little bit like this. That doesn't go all the way to the end. So right there. 3 of them. Oops, it go all the way through. Alright, and then the back side, we'll make 3 of them. I hope I can remember where all these things go. One, two, and 3. All right, so put that off to the side. So do the man, it's hard to tell. Okay, that side, and then this one's the opposite, and that side like that. Okay, so the really, really long one goes right there, and there, then in the front, and then in the back. Okay, so we'll do it like that. So got to get some more glue, but clean all this stuff up over here. Hey, Tangy Tick 7, hello, this is my first time in your live stream. Well, welcome aboard. We're building some stockyard. It's a Campbell scale model. A lot of gluing of small stuff. We just glued that together, glued that together, and glued all this together. We're waiting for it to dry. So we're going to glue some more stuff together. So this is HO scale, using tacky glue. All right. And these are the braces, and this is like the, what do they call this here? I can't remember. This is the stock pen, or the cattle shed. This goes way in the back. So we'll do this one here, right up against there, like so. And make sure it's up against it. Oh, I'm using my other 1, 2, 3 block to hold my glue upside down. Okay, that should be weighed down enough. Okay, I'll just put it on there like that. Okay, there we go. That's that one. Okay, I saw a video of your model railroad and it helped me. Well, I'm glad it helped. That's what I'm here for. That's what the videos are for. Hey, Jeff, you got the stockyard? I have both those stockyards to build too. Bought them new in '86, so Walters, when you could order right from the catalog. It came with orders forms then, and it was a much bigger book. Yeah, I remember when it was a big book. Hey, Jeff's Trains and HON and O Gauge, how you doing? We're working on a Campbell scale stockyard, and we're doing the back part of it right now. We're just on a gluing frenzy because we got a lot of gluing to do and waiting. So we're going to glue as much as we can. Well, we got everything out here. All right, there we go. Now that one will go on the other one where we have to cut that on an angle. He's working on your airport. All right, good to know. Okay, these ones will go like halfway down. Like about right in there. I could get real technical and put a square on it, but I'll just eyeball it in. Or maybe I should put a square on it, huh? Put it this way. Well, that was too thick. Got to use my profile scale or a square. Yeah, I did pretty good on that, huh? Oh my goodness. I did pretty good eyeballing that in. Alright, so the next one. I gotta clean some of this glue off of here. It's getting hard on there. Build an airplane for it. I have two small planes that I scavenging somewhere. All right, good to hear. Just released a hobby shop kit called Jason Jensen Trains. It has an old American Flyer sign for the roof. There you go. Oh, this glue, I'm gonna have to redo the glue. It's getting hard. I just started model railroading a year ago, and I'm saving my money so I can get a new train and cars. My layout is 80 inches by 40 inches. I've got to HO and O27. All right. Try to hit some train shows where you get to find some good deals. Yeah, getting good at this, huh? Eyeballing it in. Okay. One more on that length. It's 50 miles. Well, I always have to go like for 2 hours for train shows, but they're getting less and less in the summertime. Oop. Would you look at that, huh? Oh my. Alright. Now for the one in the back, we gotta leave some room. Yeah, you find some good deals online too. Oops, is that too long? I might have to trim some off on this one here. Okay, I made them too long, but that'll work. Okay. Now, these are all the same thickness though, but we'll just measure it like this. That looks good. We'll just have to trim them off. I made them too long. All right. We have 0 until October. Yeah, at least you know, they have some. Regal Railway has them every month, but those are small ones. I normally don't go to those ones. Melbourne, they have them 4 times a year. That's also a small one, but I go there maybe once or twice a year, only because there's a hobby shop about 2 miles away from there, and that's probably the closest hobby shop to me. The other hobby shop is in somewhere around Sarasota. Okay. Okay, this one here. Looks about right. Okay. Now the short ones. All right. We're moving right along here. Well, spring, summer is busy here. Fall and winter is dead. Nobody is around. We're just the opposite. Summer, it's dead here, and all the snowbirds are down here for the fall, for the winter time. It's too cold. Okay, there's one done. There you go. All right. One more. All right. You do your shows in a cold. We don't have cold here. We just have hot and hotter. And then extremely hot. Okay, so those are that three, and then the next thing is cutting this on an angle and putting 4 of the legs on there, but I'm not going to do that tonight. We're going to call it a night. We're going to let these things set because we got to put cross braces on these things over here. Let me see how, and it'll work. Okay, that one is trying to warp a little bit there. All right, you're usually out west in winter. I'm here all the time. Hey, Bama Big Man, how you doing? You're coming in late, aren't you? All right, Reggie. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we're going to be ending this thing up pretty soon. I'm going to head on over to the other computer. We got this glued here. It's good and dry. We got this glued here. What I got to do is knock out these corners so it'll fit in up inside here. And then put bracing on these things here, and then cut this thing here, and we'll be good to go. So we'll do that some other time. Jeff's, I'll be doing lives tomorrow, working on my city scales computer, and I'll see you over there. Been watching a tube with my wife. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm going to have to do here pretty soon. All right, let me head on over there, and I'll see you in about 20 seconds. All right. Here we are. Okay. Okay, I'm back over at this one. All right, video looks great tonight. All right, thank you. All right. Now I could put all this stuff up there. Okay. There we go. I'll be doing live tomorrow. I'll be working on my city scan. There you go. Keep doing what your channel is good, like what you do. Just keep doing it. And thanks for the video so I could do some stuff on mine. Good night. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. And there you go. Night all. All right. Let me know what you think. Okay. There you go. Good deal. Okay. So I'm going to put the outro in here if I could find what the outro is. Number 6. Okay. Thank you all for stopping in and watching, putting up with me, doing all that stuff over here. It's kind of hard keeping up with the chat while I'm doing that stuff. But this is why I have to record stuff, because there's a lot of gluing involved and you got to sit here and wait for it. So instead of like the thing that I showed you, it was 35 minutes long earlier. It took, you know, nearly 3.5 hours to do, because there's a lot of waiting and stuff in between there. So we'll be back on here on Friday on Rumble only, Monday Rumble only, and Wednesday YouTube and Rumble. And then next Friday there will be no live stream because I got to pick up my grandson at the Orlando airport, and we'll be spending 4 days with him. So maybe I'm not sure when I'm dropping him off Monday afternoon, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do the live stream on Monday either. But anyway, at the end of the month and beginning of the next month, it's hard to tell. So good night, Jeff. See ya. But if you got Rumble, check me out on Friday. Tom Kvichak. Let me put this thing up here right here. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Rumble. It's rumble.com/Tom Kvichak. It's easy to sign up. It's just like YouTube, but much better. So, all right, let me put the outro in here. Thank you all for stopping in. I really appreciate it.
Engineer, where are you headed?
Yes, I will.
Carry me back to Tennessee.
On Rumble.
Oh, I got a little girl who's been waiting. Promised that she'd marry me. Mister, can we leave this seat? I'll shovel coal, Lord, to pay my fare. Gotta get this train down to the station. My little girl waiting for me. Well, the night is dark and Lord, it's cloudy.
waiting there to see. Won't that low train carry me back? Around 7. Oh Lord, they hit Louisville about 9. That poor boy's heart started overheating, sending all of his love on down. For the night is dark and Lord is quiet. I've been traveling this lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Will that long old train back? Cloudy, traveling on that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see me. For that long old train, won't you carry me? Oh, train, 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 won't you carry me home?
Whoa, whoa. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you again next time. Woo! There you go. Whoops. Wrong one. Hey. Here we go. This one here. It jumped on me. There you go. Good night, everybody.